Salute discipuli. Today's lesson is from Chapter 11 in Latin for the New Millennium, so the first lesson actually in Chapter 11, and it's on the imperfect tense. Okay, so this is your first new tense after the present. Just as a little bit of a review, remember that there are 5 characteristics of a verb in Latin, or a verb at least that can be conjugated. So not infinitives. Infinitives can't be conjugated, but all the other verbs, yes. That is person, first, second, and third person. Number, singular, plural. Tense, the only one you've known up until now is present, but we're going to learn the imperfect tense today. Voice, active and passive, and mood. There are actually 3 moods. You guys only know the indicative up until now, okay? So we're going to learn our first new tense since you've learned the... So I should explain to you guys what the imperfect tense is. First and foremost, it is a past tense, okay? So it is going to be representing something that happened in the past. The important thing to remember about the imperfect tense is actually what imperfect means. Imperfect means not, perfect, complete, incomplete action, okay? So the imperfect shows continuous, incomplete past action. And because of this, you translate the imperfect was blanking or were blanking, used to blank, or kept on blanking, although to be fair, that is a fairly uncommon translation. The first one is the one that I think most people prefer. It actually sounds best in English most times. There are going to be times when used to do something will sound better, and you should use that. It's going to be fairly rare and not very frequent, very infrequent indeed, that you're going to have to use kept on doing something, but you know, it might pop up. You form the imperfect tense on the present stem, and the marker of the imperfect is this ba, okay, B-A. Onto this ba, you're going to put the personal endings, and that's how you form the imperfect tense. So, for first, second conjugation verbs, you do present stem plus ba plus the personal endings, and I have outlined the personal endings down here. Third conjugation is present stem plus e, because remember the present stem for the third conjugation does not have a vowel on the end of it, so you have to provide it. And the vowel you provide for the imperfect tense is an e plus ba plus the personal endings. Third IO is going to be present stem, also doesn't have a vowel on the end of it, but it's a third IO, so instead of just an E, you add an IE before the ba, and then the personal endings. And then fourth conjugation is present stem, which does have a vowel on the end of it, it has the I, but you have to add the E plus the ba plus the personal endings. The only thing, you are familiar with these personal endings. The only one that might be a little bit new to you is this first person singular active personal ending, okay? It's an M. The truth is that sometimes the personal ending for the first person singular active is going to be an O, sometimes it's going to be an M. And this is the first example you're getting of it being an M, okay? So just change the words, the tune from O-S-T, M-U-S-T-I-S-N-T to M-S-T, M-U-S-T-I-S-N-T. And look, it still works, okay? And then these are the passive personal endings that you guys are used to. Ar, vis, her, mer, mini, enter, okay? And you add these onto your ba, and that's how you form the imperfect tense. So I go through and show you and give an example for how to form the imperfect for each of the conjugations, okay? Imperfect active indicative for the first 2 conjugations, present stem plus bom, present stem plus bos, present stem plus bot, present stem plus bomus, present stem plus botus, present stem plus bond. Okay, imperfect passive, present stem plus bar, present stem plus baris, present stem plus bator, present stem plus bomber, present stem plus bominy, present stem plus bonter. Okay. Oh, sorry about that little interruption. And now I'm going to give you an example. So from our paradigm verb amo, right? Amo, amare, amawi, amatum. Our present stem is ama because it's a first conjugation verb. We take that RE off the second principal part, and then Here we go. Let's move it up a little bit for you. We take the RE off the second principal part. That gives us our present stem, right? And then we add the ba and then the personal ending. So amabam, amabas, amabat, amabamas, amabatis, amaban. Okay. Okay, so remember how you're supposed to conjugate, translate the verb too, right? Amabam, I was loving, or I used to love. Those are the two most common translations for the imperfect. So those are the two we're going to go for. Now, let me take a second to remind you that, as always, you should be writing out these charts in full. The translation included, okay? We've had some little hiccups with some of you guys in the last couple of weeks, so I want to make sure I'm being super clear about the expectation. Okay, I'm a bar. I was being loved. Now, again, this is the difference between the active and the passive. Remember that the active, the subject does the action of the verb, and the passive, the subject has the action done to them. The important thing here is that we're still showing that continuous past action that the imperfect shows, but with the action happening to the subject, passive, you know. So, amabar, I was being loved. Amabaris, you were being loved. Amabater, he or she or it was being loved. Amabamor, we were being loved. Amabamini, y'all were being loved. Amabantor, they were being loved, or they used to be loved. Okay. I also have a second conjugation verb here as an example. So I do want you to write down the imperfect active and passive indicative for video, videre, weedy, weesum. Wide bom, bas, bot, wide bom is bot is bont, wide bar, bar is bator, wide bom or bomni bontor. You should push pause, and again, write these down in their entirety, okay? Imperfect third conjugation, remember we're going to have our present stem that does not have the vowel on the end of it, and we're going to have to add the E, and then the bom, bas, bot, bom is bot is bont, bar, bar is bator, bom or bomity bontor, okay? We use the example verb peto, petera, petiwi, petitum, and we get pete bom, pete bas, pete bot, pete bomas, pete batas, pete bon, okay, and pete bar, pete baris, pete bator, pete bomor, pete bomini, pete bontor. And again, remember when you're getting the present stem for a third conjugation verb and a third IO, for that matter, you take the entire ERE off the second principal part, so you have to add that E between the pet and the bomb, okay? Now again, you should be pushing pause, writing all this out. I'm going through it quickly, but you have the luxury of pushing pause. Okay, third IO. Very similar to the third conjugation, you have your present stem, but this time you have to add IE before the bom, bas, bot, bomus, botus, bom. Okay, so our example verb is capio, capera, capi, coptum. Our present stem, by taking the ERE off the second principal part, is cop. So that leaves us with capie bom, I was taking, capie bas, you were taking, capie bot, he, she, or it was taking. Capie bamus, we were taking, capie batis, y'all were taking, capie bon, they were taking, okay? And then also in the passive, capie bar, capie baras, capie bator, capie bamor, capie bomini, capie bontor. Woo. Little bit of a tongue twister there. And again, fourth conjugation, the present stem does have the I on the end of it, so you're going to add the E between the I and the bom. Bos, bot, bom, spot, spot, so on and so forth, which means that the fourth conjugation, sort of in practice, is going to look very similar to the third IO. And remember, when you learned third IO and when you learned fourth, I did tell you then that there are actually very few examples of when the third IO and the fourth aren't going to look like each other. They, for the most part, look very similar. And here we have audio, audire, audivi, auditum. To hear, when we take the RE off the second principal part to get our present stem, like you do with the fourth conjugation, our present stem is audi, and then you have to add that E between the audi and the bom, bas, bot, bomus, botus, bom, and then that gives us audi a bom, audi a bas, audi a bot, audi a bomus, audi a batis, audi a bom. So I was hearing, or I used to hear, you were hearing, you used to hear, so on and so forth. Again, you should be pushing pause and writing these charts out in their entirety. Audi a bar, audi a baris, audi a bator, audi a bomor, audi a bomini, audi a bontor. Okay? All right, well, take good notes on this. Be prepared to show them to me in class, and I hope you have a lovely evening. Walete, discipula.